Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to Let's Talk Midlife Crisis. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Tracy. We're your go-to hosts for all things midlife, menopause, and moments of pure mayhem. Ashley is in LA today, joining us from there. And today we have a special guest. She has been featured on the TEDx stage, on National Public Radio, and with the Association of International Boudoir Photographers. She holds a bachelor's in art and a master's in education. She lives in the Chicago area with her husband and 2 teenage children. Welcome, Liz Hansen, owner and photographer at Chicago Boudoir Photography. Welcome,
Liz. Hey, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Becoming a photographer, what led you to this very interesting career choice?
Yeah, so I'm a boudoir photographer. If you've never heard the word boudoir, it's just a fancy French word that means a woman's bedroom. But what I do at my boudoir photography studio is I have created a safe space for women to come and create sexy, sensual photos of themselves to feel more confident and empowered in their own skin. And I've been doing this full time for nearly a decade. I've photographed almost 2,000 women. I really love what I do. Of course, boudoir is my business, but I have this broader mission to help women feel more confident and empowered every day of their lives.
That's
Wow,
just
I love that.
Fabulous. That is fabulous. And I actually took one of your online quizzes in researching for this podcast, and apparently I would be categorized as fierce.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots of different ways you can go with a boudoir photo shoot.
Yeah.
So every photo shoot includes professional hair and makeup and me telling you exactly what to do and how to pose in the studio. But kind of the vibe of your shoot, the outfits you wear, we can do a lot of different things. Maybe you want to do it light and bright and fun and flirty and smiley. Maybe you want to do it dark and moody and silhouettes and have some metal studs on the bra. Or maybe you want to do a little of both in one shoot. We can do all of those things to kind of capture your personality.
Wow.
Wow, that's really cool. So you have your locations in Chicago. Are you part of, is it like a national organization or?
Yeah, so I have a boudoir boutique that I run here in Chicago, which means I just do boudoir photography. I don't take pictures of weddings. I don't take pictures of your dog or your kids, although I love photographers who do all that. And then I'm part of that, what you mentioned in the bio, the Association of International Boudoir Photographers. That is an organization that I belong to that seeks to educate and help boudoir photographers. You can join their group and get health insurance and education and stuff. So I've been a speaker with them to help train other photographers who want to get into boudoir, who are interested in this and want to add this to their repertoire.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and I think I saw a video, that you had on your website, and it said that a lot of people come to you to do this as a gift for their partner, and end up walking away kind of changed from the experience, not realizing how empowering it can be. Can you tell me about some examples, like some of the clients that you've had?
Yeah, so everyone who signs up for a boudoir photo shoot, they have a reason why they're there right then. Sometimes it's a happy reason, like maybe they're marrying the love of their life and they're there for some bridal boudoir. Maybe they're pregnant with their first baby. Maybe they're celebrating their 30th or their 40th or their 50th birthday. And then some people come into the studio under kind of more difficult circumstances. Maybe they've left a domestic violence relationship and they want to celebrate their freedom. Maybe they've had a breast cancer diagnosis. maybe they have had a serious injury or surgery or something that's really changed how they see their body, and they still want to reclaim something, a feeling, a sexiness of wholeness. So I love to celebrate every woman who comes in, regardless of her reason. We are here to create that space, that moment for her to really capture and celebrate her journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about the healing aspect of it and and the transformational aspect of it, and you just nailed it with that. What are some common myths and misconceptions that you'd want to bust about this type of photography?
Yeah, I mean, taking nude photos of yourself or taking photos of yourself in lingerie, like, I think that is still viewed as like a little bit taboo for a lot of women. Like, it's the kind of thing that you might want to do, but you might not want to tell your mom you're doing it. It's the kind of thing that you want to do, but you don't want anyone at work to know you're doing it, right? And I
Right.
get that. The number one myth I feel like I need to bust is that sexy is not a size. You don't have to lose weight to do a boudoir photo shoot. You don't have to be smaller than you currently are to be sexy. Sexy is a vibe. It is not a size. And I see women of all shapes and sizes in the studio all the time. And it does not define you. I mean, if you're on a fitness journey and you want to work out, great. Like, I'm here to support you. But what I don't want you to do is wait until you're smaller, wait until you're different to show up in big ways in your life. Okay, because thinness is not greatness. I mean, we live in diet culture. We live in this world and this society that really, seems to worship thinness and youth. And I don't believe that. You don't have to change yourself to be effective, to love others, to change the world. And I want women to embrace themselves where they are right now, today.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
fabulous.
think too, we've talked about on our show how it really, when you hit midlife and you're experiencing the body changes and the perimenopause or the menopause and it's like, oh, I all of a sudden have a mom bod, and I think you do kind of like lose some of your identity, and you don't feel as comfortable in your skin as you used to, and it's something that you're just trying to go with and accept and go with the flow, and I think something like this would be so cool to help you achieve that. Like, I'm still sexy. I can still be confident. I don't have to, I'm going through these changes and I'm going to embrace them. And, and I think it's really cool. And probably too, do you get older clients like 50 plus? I think that would be so cool. Because I think at some point in your life, it's like, oh, I'm not 20 anymore, like.
Yeah, very
So,
empowering,
yeah.
right? Empowering, yeah, is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah,
for me.
listen, I'm almost 45 myself. I'm in the midst of all of this too. Just the other day, my husband's like, tell me again, what's the difference between perimenopause and menopause? And I was like, oh boy, thanks for asking.
Right.
But yes, I specialize in helping women, especially 40 and 50 plus, to come in and feel beautiful in my studio. Yes, of course, when you're 20, you should do this. Of course, take nude photos when you're 20, take them when you're 30. Yes, I approve. But what my studio really specializes in is helping women reclaim something, feel something that maybe they feel like they have lost. I don't think aging is all about loss, but there can be feelings of loss as we age, right? And I want at my studio for women to come in and see images and feel like, no, it is not a loss. I am building and gaining wisdom and strength as I go, and I have photos to prove it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So tell us a step-by-step or typical session, from consultation to wardrobe to shoot day to reveal. Can you walk us through some of that?
Yeah, so boudoir is an intimate experience, right? So like if you're gonna come take pictures in your underwear with me at the studio, you're gonna wanna feel confident and know exactly what's gonna happen. So it all starts with a phone call. I'm gonna talk to you on the phone before you come to the studio. And we're gonna talk about what your goals are, what you hope to feel, what are your fears. Then on the day of your shoot, you're gonna arrive at the studio with clean, dry hair and no makeup on, and we are gonna just take care of you and pamper you from start to finish. So we have a beauty team on staff to get you camera ready, and we're gonna do airbrush makeup, lashes, everything so that you look perfect in front of the camera.
I love it.
And then Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, you just have to show up and I'll basically supply the rest, right? After hair and makeup's done, we'll do a wardrobe consult. We'll pick what you're going to wear for your photo shoot. It might be some lingerie or outfits you've brought yourself. You can also wear some things I have at the studio. Some people want to wear my giant Victoria's Secret style angel wings. Other people want to go with something more subtle. I have a lot of props and robes and shoes and jewelry at the studio we can add onto your shoot. Then we're going to walk into the studio. I have one side of my studio that's painted white and light and bright, and the other that's painted black and dark. And we're going to do, for most people, some pictures on each side so we get nice variety. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and how to pose. I'm going to tell you what to do with your hands and your feet and your face. You don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to practice in front of a mirror before you come in. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to use lighting, professional lighting and posing to highlight your best assets. Then something cool that we do at my studio that most places don't do is that we do a photo reveal right then and there while you're still at the studio. So before you leave the studio, I'm going to show you a slideshow of your pictures. This is really important to me because I want you to see yourself without Photoshop, without retouching, and to see what a glorious goddess you are just as you are. Now, of course, if you go home and you want a little Photoshop, you want me to take that acne off your face, or you got a bruise on your leg, you like to garden, I'll take it off.
Okay.
But I want you to see and appreciate those pictures just as you are while you're at the studio.
Got it.
So you'll be at the studio for 3 to 4 hours, sort of a half-day pampering experience at the studio. You'll go home, and then if you've ordered an album or print products, we'll ship those straight to your door.
Wow.
Wow, that is so cool.
I love
It's fun,
that.
right?
Yes. I'm so excited. I haven't been back to Chicago, and I can't tell you when. As I mentioned prior to the show, I was born in Chicago, moved out here when I was young with my family. But I really want to go, and I want to experience this. It sounds fabulous, and like something that I feel I could use in my life right now, at the stage that I'm in, where I'm feeling, the aging, it hasn't creeped up on me, it's upon me. But the fact that you're going to do makeup and hair and those Victoria's Secret wings, I tell you what.
Oh, you would love that.
I would.
I have them in pink and in gray, so you can be a nice angel or a naughty angel.
Oh, I would want both. I would want both. And it's funny because I did take your quiz doing research for the show, and it came back as fierce. And I thought, okay. But I also thought of myself in this vision of myself doing a photo shoot, but I would also want to be more classy and softer and sexy as well. So it sounds like I could, have several different looks, if you will. Yeah,
absolutely. I would love to have you in my studio in Chicago. And if you don't make it out here, there's probably a boudoir photographer near you. Okay. Listen, I think every woman, whether you come to Chicago or not, deserves to have this experience. Yeah. If you're listening to this, look up a boudoir photographer near you and see if their website and their approach appeals to you. But I just believe that empowered women are going to change the world. And one way that you can kind of step into your confidence and feel that is by doing something maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, like a boudoir photo shoot.
I love it. And your website, which will be in our show notes as well, but is chicago-boudoir.com for our listeners out there if they wanted to, investigate a little bit further. Any tips for anyone curious but hesitant about booking a session?
So it's like really normal to be nervous about doing something like this. Yeah. And I am really used to people coming in just shaking in their boots, not knowing what they're doing. And my recommendation is if there is something kind of in the back of your mind saying, this is intriguing to me, I want to do this. I don't have a partner, I want to do it for myself. I do have a partner, I want to do it for them and for myself. I want to do it before I turn 40, I want to do it before I turn 50, I want to do it after I turn 55. If there's something about this that intrigues you,
after 60,
just start looking into it, make a phone call, talk to a photographer. Every photographer has their own approach, and just see where it takes you. I did a boudoir photo shoot for myself more than 10 years ago. I was so nervous. I'd never done anything like this before. I'd grown up in a very conservative household where showing my body was like not approved of. And I felt like I was being really naughty doing something like this, doing a boudoir photo shoot. But man, I stepped out of that studio feeling something, feeling like I could conquer the world. It was sort of like going skydiving or something. It just felt, I had this jolt of energy. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that boudoir photo shoot, after another series of events, led me to become an entrepreneur and open my own studio. So maybe a boudoir photo shoot will lead you to something bigger and better in your life too.
Right. And perhaps there are women listening that are aspiring photographers, perhaps never really thought about this little niche, right, of boudoir photography. So that's always something as well, right?
Yeah, it's very unique. I mean, you see a lot of landscape work, obviously, weddings,
yeah,
birthdays, and yeah, the usual stuff. But that's probably something that a lot of people don't really think too much about. It's so unique.
Not on their radar. Yeah.
There are a lot of photographers in Chicago, and I've tried to do some math, and there are about 200 photographers doing families, babies, weddings, landscapes to every one photographer in Chicago who's doing boudoir. I'm not the only one, of course. There's other people who do it, but it is a little niche industry. And the thing that I love about it and why I have kept doing it for almost a decade is because to me, it's more than just a business. I get to be with women in this really special, intimate moment. And every day when I'm in the studio is rewarding for me to see women. I mean, just a couple days ago, I was at the studio, put those pictures up on the screen, and the woman who was in the studio, she broke into tears. And she said to me, I can't believe that's me. I haven't seen this version of myself ever. And it means so much to me. Thank you for holding my hand through this experience. And so getting to be there in those moments, like really, it's more than a business to me.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
I think it's really great for someone to see themselves in that light. It's not something you really... I've always said I'm not a very photogenic person. I don't photograph well, and I hate having my picture taken. I hate it. And it's ironic because my partner is like, she logs everything. We have pictures of everything we do and a lot of them. And so, me not liking getting my picture taken, it happens pretty often. But I can't imagine seeing myself in that light. I think it would be really fun and exciting and like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Especially being all, what did they used to have like the
glam.
glamour shots.
Yeah, glam.
Yeah, getting all dolled up and...
Feeling pampered, right? With somebody doing your hair and makeup and just that pampering.
And just getting pampered, yeah.
And here's what I want to say. I don't believe that there's such thing as a person who's not photogenic. Okay. You've just been photographed by bad photographers.
Right.
Sorry, and your partner's not a bad photographer.
I was going to say that, yeah.
I have great pictures of me.
Yeah.
I think every person is worthy of being photographed and documented. There's no such thing as a human who just cannot be photographed well.
Okay.
It's just, how are they photographed? How are they lit? What are they wearing? Maybe the photos you've seen for yourself don't represent how you feel yourself should look and should be represented. Well, and I understand that.
Yeah, I think too, like you said, it's a lot of it is the person that you're working with. If your photographer makes you feel comfortable and relaxed, you're gonna think, oh yeah, that's who I am when you look at that picture,
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And how to
pose. The other thing I'm going to say is we've gotten so used to using iPhones for photos. And listen, I love iPhones for photos. I take photos on my iPhone every day. But if you look at the lens on an iPhone, it is tiny. It's like it's like smaller than the size of a penny, right? Sure. And if you think of a professional photographer, you're used to knowing that it's like a big old fat lens, right? And that changes and distorts how pictures look. So if you take a selfie like this with a tiny little lens, whatever's closest to that lens is going to look bigger and spread. And that's why a lot of people think their noses look really big in photos, because literally the way you are taking a picture with an iPhone is, your nose is the closest thing to the lens, right? Because it sticks out from your face. So every selfie you're taking is spreading your nose, making your nose look bigger, and distorting your face back towards your ears. So if you've only seen iPhone photos of yourself and selfies of yourself, a lot of times people actually have a legitimately distorted view of what their face looks like to other people, because our eyes don't do that. When I look at you, my eyes don't distort your face and your nose, but the iPhone lens does. And so I think, especially in the last few years, as everyone's gotten a cell phone, and all we are using is cell phones, which is great. I'm not putting cell phones down, but it has given some of us a weird view of what our bodies and our faces look like because of the lens distortion on iPhones. So that's something that I think is really important about what I do, is kind of turning that narrative and saying, not every photo of you has to look distorted like that. I can use a different kind of lens. I can use different lighting at my studio to create a kind of picture you've never seen of yourself before.
I love that. And also telling somebody how to pose, right? And guiding, them through that as well. I think it's something I've always felt very awkward in front of the camera, right? And it's like, oh, am I supposed to tilt my head? It's like, chin up. And I've heard things before. And when, you were a kid and you would go to the photographer at JCPenney's, right? And they'd be like, look here and, chin up or whatever. And I feel like that's still rolling in my head whenever I'm in front of a camera. And I again, am my own worst critic, and I don't like photos of myself. But I think helping, if I had someone to glam me up, number one, and then help me, guide me, through posing and, and maybe make it look more natural or whatever, but just somebody to help guide me, as well as the lens, right? Yeah. And touch
And
up.
see, it's interesting. You may have gotten some good posing advice, but it depends where you are in the photo too. So have you ever seen a group photo where the people on the edge look like giants and the people in the normal look middle? So that's what a wide angle lens does, is it distorts the edges too. So the posing advice that you get might be good if you're standing on the edge, but it might be poor advice if you're standing in the middle, and vice versa. So there's just yes, you may have gotten some good advice, some bad advice, but also is really dependent on where you're standing, the lens, and the distance from the group to the camera. There's just a lot that goes into it, right? And so you might be like, I'm always doing that JCPenney pose I'm supposed to do, but maybe that pose is making you look even wider on the edge of the...
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with looking wide, but that's not how you want it to look in that picture. But it's because you're standing on the edge and someone's using an iPhone that distorts the edge of the picture, and you're using posing that's not conducive to the wide angle. Anyway, there's just a lot... we think when we see a picture of ourselves that that's the truth. We think that's the reality. We think that is real. But the fact of the matter is that all photography is an illusion. iPhone photography, it's a flattened 2D image of a real living 3D person, right? So even a beautiful picture I take of myself that I've taken of you that you think is beautiful, it's still just a representation of you, right? And so when we equate our worth or our value or our beauty with these 2D representations, it can be dangerous. And, you can say, well, I look bad in pictures. I'm not photogenic. I hate pictures of myself. Does that turn into, I hate myself? I'm not worthy myself, right?
Right.
And that's really dangerous territory to start self-loathing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was also wanting to touch on the fact that, and perhaps do you recommend that anyone prior to coming in to see you prepare mentally or emotionally for a shoot? Or do you just say, you know what, just shower, come as you are, and maybe you create the mood in your studio with music or ambiance or...
Hey, come as you are.
Yeah.
Come as you are. You don't have to do any homework. Of course, you can do some things before if you want to get your nails done, get your roots touched up, whatever you want to do is fine with me, but you don't have to. Come just as you are. I want to just pamper you. I had a woman in the studio yesterday. She's 30 weeks pregnant with twins. She is, they had to go through a lot of fertility to get these babies. She's pretty sure these are the only, she's done growing her family after these babies were born. She's not feeling good. She told me she threw up on the way over. She's been sick her whole pregnancy. She's like, I didn't have time to get my nails done. I didn't do anything. I said, don't worry. Just sit down. take a deep breath, sip some water, and we created the most beautiful silhouette. I mean, she has the most perfect round belly, looking just so, and we created these beautiful pictures with lighting. I mean, even if she didn't have any makeup on, it wouldn't matter, because it was just all about her beautiful curves and her belly. And I showed her those pictures, and she was like, I'm going to look back on this and enjoy this pregnancy just because of these pictures, you know? And so you don't have to prepare. You don't have to get in some mindset. You don't have to do yoga. Just come. I want to photograph you just as you are. You're fabulous and beautiful just as you are today.
That's wonderful.
I love that story.
Yeah, I do too. And
So sweet.
yeah, and again, the information to reach out to Liz is going to be in our show notes. I also noticed that you have empowering quotes available on your website. Can you tell us a little bit about that real quick?
Yeah, so on my website, there's a tab that says free stuff. So I'm at chicagoboudoir.com. Boudoir can be a tricky word to spell. It's BOUDOIR.com. And yeah, I have some downloads. I have a self-care calendar. I've got a dirty talk ebook with 101 sexy phrases.
I saw that.
A quiz you can take. I've got a text club you can join where I'll text you an empowering quote once a day for 30 days. If any of that interests you, just head over to the free stuff tab on my website. I'd love to connect with you. If you're in the Chicago area or not, just take a look, see if any of that appeals to you.
I love that.
I'm curious now. I just need to see this.
Great.
101 phrases you can use tonight.
Wow, yes.
101 phrases. That's hilarious. But we really appreciate having you on our show, Liz. It's been wonderful. It's such a fresh topic, I think, to help women, specifically in middle age and in their third act, gain confidence and feel empowered and sexy in a whole new way, right? It's not now just talking about diet and exercise and those types of things. And I love how you embrace everyone, no matter what their size is, no matter what they look like, because of course the beauty does come from within, but the society that we live in today says differently. I just think it would be an amazing experience.
It is. I mean, I think if I could give one piece of advice, it'd be like, don't wait. Like, I truly, like, if I probably lived more than 50% of my life. I mean, I'm almost 45. If I make it to 90, I'll be super lucky, right? So if there's things you want to do a boudoir photo shoot, like, do it now. You'll be glad you did it now, not in 5 years, right? If there's a trip you want to take, I don't know. Middle age is about taking risks, taking charge of your life, doing things, celebrating where you've been, where you're going. And it's not the time to sit around and wait.
Yeah.
Right. I love that.
100%.
I love what you do. It's great.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for being on our show. It's been a great pleasure. Wish you all the best.
Well, thanks so much for having me. This was a great conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Well, that wraps it up for today. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Midlife Crisis. We hope you got some laughs, a little inspiration, and maybe a few new ideas.
If you loved today's episode, hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. And hey, share the love. Send this episode to a friend who could use a good laugh and some midlife wisdom.
Connect with us on social media at Let's Talk Midlife Crisis and let us know what's on your mind. We love hearing from you.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No